You know, guys, the reason I don't talk on this subject that much because it's getting so old. We always hear these stories about people coming along in the Bible that everybody discounts, everybody throws shade at, everybody undermines, and then that person ends up being what? The king over the whole shit, right? So, Master Mason, we see here in the thumbnail, under my Muslim name, says Jamal Abdul Rashid, and Master Mason comes under that name. How this stuff works, I don't know. Have I ever been part of a Masonic lodge? No. And I never thought about being a part of a Masonic lodge because, see, the thing is that ever since I was a little boy, I never wanted to be part of a group. It's like the foundation, the legs of this system is so weak that people just have to be part of these groups. Like I told y'all before, Bobby Hemmett always talked about like how everybody always got to be following somebody. Everybody always has to be appointed a king because people cannot stand on their own 2 feet, obviously. And growing up, I always wondered, why was this the case? Why couldn't people just stand on their own, stand on their square, mind their business, and proceed on with this life? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever know the answer to that because, I'm me and these people are these other people. But one thing we do know, I ain't gonna be long, is that obviously God or the universe is the one who decides who's going to be a king over the people or whatever. I mean, that's the way it seems in the Bible. Okay. Now, Bobby Hemmett said that the black woman is the Master Mason. Okay, so that being said, we know that all this stuff we see out here is really fictitious. These lodges, who's calling the shots. I always tell you guys, how one of the reasons I don't like being part of a group, because the group is always somebody who's doing the most talking, right? It's always got to be a leader. Not only do people need a leader, they need a leader of a leader. They need the leader's leader. You know what I mean? Like it never ends. It's like insanity. Why can't people just stand on their own square? That's what I be wanting to know. Like I stand on my own square. The universe decides who's going to be the king. It's not man. Now, man can walk around and pretend. You can get license plates on the back of your car that say Master Mason. I've seen it all. But how much weight does that actually carry other than somebody just needing somebody to appear to be something for them to keep their sanity? I'm gonna go ahead and end this, but yeah, it just seems like people always need a king. People cannot rule themselves. And the Bible says that people can't rule themselves. That's why I don't think I'm human, because I'm the only one. I seem to be fine just by myself and standing on my square. Why ain't everybody else fine with that? Why is people got to always be in other people's business and looking at what other people do? I'm pretty sure there's been many experiments on human behavior as far as, well, let's see what they'll act if there's no king in place. And then they see how they act. Everybody just loses their mind. So then you got to appoint them a king. So, but I just want to end this and just saying, the universe decides who the king is. It's not, we know it ain't flesh and blood, because flesh and blood cannot rule themselves, as the Bible says.